and hopefully it's working. Yesterday, it was acting up. I don't know. But then I deleted it and came back on and redid it again. And I guess people was able to hear me from that point on. This morning, I was reading. Every morning, I try to dedicate myself to reading the Bible if I don't have to go to work. And I was reading about Joseph, finally coming into communication with his dad and stuff like that. But I don't want to say for some strange reason, because I know it wasn't for a strange reason, because everything happens for a reason. This is how I think anyway. Maybe it was something that God just wanted me to talk about or just think about. I don't know. Because I did say that I wanted to come on here and just talk about little different things. I want to try to get away from just writing the things down, because that might not, I don't know. First time I did it didn't seem like it went so well. Maybe I can write it down and just go back and forth and look and all that other stuff, but not how I did the first time, because that just didn't go well. But I don't know. My whole training just went from my concentration just went from reading what I was reading into the thought of when people be doing things that they know that they shouldn't be doing, especially when they know that later on they're going to want the forgiveness of the person, or it's going to be something later on that they need, but they don't be thinking about it during the time that they're doing the things that they're doing. So, but it just took me off to thinking that it's like a person, they can do something to you. And because they feel so guilty about the thing that they did to you, they'll what? They'll go to like great extremes to try to cover up the things that they're doing to you. And especially if they don't want other people to know this is what they're doing to you, and the reason as to why they're doing it, especially if it's something that clearly doesn't even make sense. But it's like they have it's like they have too much pride. They have an ego that they have to protect. They want to look good for others, or in the faces of others, they want to look good. I don't know. I just think it's crazy, because it's like they're not thinking about what they're doing is going to eventually get them into a place where they're not going to want to be at, and they're going to get stuck there if they don't decide to change and be better. I don't know. Because I'm just thinking like, okay, when the time comes and it's judgment, they're in front of God, what are they going to say? There's nothing that they can say to excuse the things that they did. Like, God is going to be looking at them like they got 10 heads on their neck. It's like God gave you free will, but you used your free will to do what you did to that person. Doesn't make sense. It's like, would you want somebody to do that to you? No. But it was okay for you to do that to somebody else. Okay. Crazy. Hello? How you doing? Sandra? Hi. And Federico. Hi. I like that name. Name is nice. So, it's like, why would you do that to somebody if you went and want somebody to do that to you? And like I said, when God asks you, well, I gave you free will and this is what you chose to do, and you're like, you can't give an answer. It's like, I wonder what could you possibly say to make it seem like it was okay, like it was all right. Like, it was a mistake, I didn't mean it. No, that's not going to fly. That's just like when kids do something and their parents tell them not to do it. The kids are sitting there looking like, you know you shouldn't have did it. I told you not to do it. I told you if you did it, what was going to happen, but you chose to still do it anyway. Like, doesn't make sense. I don't know. But even though I'm guilty of things like that too, when I was little, all of us are. But this is just something that I'm thinking about now, because it's like, wow, like that's crazy. There's really people out here that do things like that, and they think it's okay, and it's not okay. It just reminds me of what is that in Genesis? What is it? I did write that down. Genesis chapter 4 verses 7. But Genesis chapter 4 verses 7. That's when God is asking. Well, no, He's giving Cain warning about what's going to happen if he does what he did to his brother, which he killed him, Abel. Cain didn't heed that warning, and he still went and did what he did, even though he was told by God, sin is crouching, waiting at your door, waiting to get you if you do what you do. And it was like that jealousy, that envy, that whatever it was, it just overtook him. He couldn't fight it, and he just did what he did. I'm pretty sure after that fact of what happened with him being cursed and sent away, is like, okay, the troubles that you have now, you probably wish that you could turn back the hand of time and change it, but you can't change it. You can't change it. Like, so it's just better not to even be doing things that you know you shouldn't be doing, especially if you want forgiveness later, or if you know you really don't mean it, or if you know the reason, the motive behind it, why you want to do it, if it doesn't even make sense. Doesn't make sense at all. It's like, if you're thinking things like that, you just need to go get help. Have somebody else chime in and try to give you some advice or information before you end up digging a hole for yourself and getting yourself in trouble. Then you're going to be sitting there, shoulda, woulda, coulda, but you didn't even do it. I don't know. Those are one of the things I wanted to talk about. I did want to talk about other things too, but I just want to come on here and talk about that. I'll probably be back want to talk about something else. Monkey, hi. How you doing? I don't know. It's just crazy. But like I said, I'll be back on. Probably be like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. I don't know. I'm still in the beginning. This is like my, fourth video. Yesterday, that video was trash. Like, it was all fuzzy and the connection was going in and out. I don't even know. And the microphone was acting crazy. But, who's that? Murad? Hi. How you doing? But now I think I'm getting a little bit more, I'm getting a hang of it. I'm going to try to come on here more and talk about things versus just posting it up. But then I think I'm still going to post things up too, because I feel like that's where most of my, I don't know. With me, I feel like me writing things versus talking about it, I can get more of it across of what I'm trying to say versus me just going talking. Because I might talk about one thing, then I'm going to jump to the next and jump to the next, jump to the next. So, like I said, I'll be back on later. So I don't know. Maybe I'll see you guys, maybe I won't. But I'll be back.